What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Casually Loud. We are your dynamic duo of movie reviews, food reviews, whatever needs to be reviewed, we will review. I am your host, Sensei Loud. This is my co-host, Casual Chris, and today we're talking about Bond. James Bond. The latest movie that just came out, Bond, No Time to Die. Honestly, I will say, as somebody who is a Bond fan, I am a fan of the Daniel Craig James Bond. I've seen most of the James Bond movies. I was actually a big fan of the Sean Connery James Bond, but I'm a huge fan of what Daniel Craig has done with the character so far, and I'm very interested to see who they pick next. To be honest with you, top two picks to be the next James Bond, Henry Cavill, Idris Elba. Either one of them. I think it's long overdue for a black Bond, so I definitely think Idris Elba would be a great leading man to jump into this series. But overall, I would have to say this was a good movie. This was a good movie. Before I jump too deep into it, spoiler alert, let me give you a chance to leave. Okay, we're back. I think this movie was a great action movie. It had good action. It got to the point. The story wasn't overcomplicated. One thing I hate about spy thriller movies is that sometimes they try to build up this story and they're trying to build up a franchise and they're trying to give you all these characters and villains that are going to show up in later movies and all of that. And it's one of those situations where, look, you turn your head for 2 seconds and now you have no idea what's going on in the movie. This was not one of those movies. To kind of put that into perspective, Casual Chris, I mean, you came into this and this was your first Bond movie you ever saw. Yeah. So, I mean, from a casual fan's perspective, what did you think about it?
I was thoroughly pleased, entertained from the first scene of the movie where it just jumped off with action. And it caught you, like I say, it caught you in the first scene, got you interested in the movie. It was action-packed throughout the whole movie. Not too many dull moments. I say Daniel Craig did a great job. I'm pleased with it. I was happy with everything I saw in the movie. Not too many. I can't think of anything bad to say about it at this moment. I might think of something later, but as of right now, this is my favorite Bond movie. 1 out of 1.
Favorite Bond movie from somebody that's never seen any of the Bond movies.
I will go back and watch the rest of the ones, and this was a trilogy. This was a trilogy.
Well, actually, this was the fourth movie in the series.
All right. I'm going to go back and watch the rest. This one makes me want to go back and watch the rest of them because it was that good of a movie.
And you know, honestly, there was a lot of controversy around the female lead character. Honestly, I cannot think of what her name is right off the bat. Although I think she did very well in the movie as the female 007. There's a lot of controversy around. Everybody thought, hey, now we're finna get a new female James Bond, which, I'll be honest with you, I don't think we need a female Bond, but I'm okay with a female 007. That was one of the things they established in this movie, is that 007 is a name.
Just a title.
It's just a title. Yes, it's been synonymous with James Bond for all these years. James Bond is 007. That belongs to him. Nobody else. It's legendary. You don't get that 007 name. In this movie, when he basically is retired and gets called back into action to save the world. And so with that, when he comes back in, he finds out that the organization has put someone else in his place, which is the natural thing to do, but they gave her the 007 title.
I don't agree. 007 is like It's like Jordan in 23. You need to retire it. Can't nobody else get that 007. Can't nobody else for the Bulls wear 23.
I feel like if you're gonna do a female 007, I'd like to see it passed down. I'd like to see Bond himself sign off on this, which he does later on in the movie to a certain extent. He's like, yeah, he's okay with her having the 007 name. But the funny part is, it's like a running joke in the movie that she's 007 and like, hey, doesn't that hurt that they gave me the 007 name? No, it doesn't hurt. Because guess what? You're not as good as Bond. They did not establish you as being as good as James Bond. You were good, but you were nobody's James Bond. Let's get that clear. You were a good agent, and you did not deserve the 007 name. But I have no problem if this would have been a build-up to giving a female lead character a 007 name. Let me explain something to you. A lot of people get upset about the gender bending when it comes to movies like this, and I'm not huge on the gender bending situation only because I feel like there are enough strong women characters out there or that could be built that you don't need to take what a man has done and just put a female in the place.
Just for a narrative.
Yeah. Just for a narrative. Prime example, go watch Atomic Blonde. That movie, I'm still waiting for a sequel to that. We need a sequel to Atomic Blonde. You talking about Atomic Blonde, look at movies like Wonder Woman, strong female characters that kick butt that you want to see in more movies. It's not necessary for you to take the male character and say, oh, here's the female version. I ain't getting off topic because there was a lot of this type of narrative. It is a movie review. And unfortunately, there was a lot of that going on in this movie with the whole stereotyping and role changing situation.
Back to the movie though. I did the female 007. I think she did a great job because when you first met her, you didn't like her.
Not one bit.
But as it gets towards the movie starts going on, it's like, okay, I can get with her now. You started to build like a little trust and faith in her. And you liked her by the end of the movie. So
I will say that though, I think the way that they did the build up with her taking over was done well. Again, movies like this can be controversial. To be honest with you guys, we're going to try to stay away from too much controversy with our reviews. But to be honest with you, I think it was done well the way that they passed the title. Now, I'm going to say this. The ending of the movie, I am not pleased with the way y'all ended this movie. They went the Tony Stark route. They went straight Avengers Endgame. I am Iron Man and he is James Bond. He came in, you gave this man a daughter by the woman he loved, who he thought in the beginning betrayed him, found out she really didn't, that he could be with her. This is who he's in love with, and I got a daughter with you, a beautiful daughter.
She had his eyes.
She had his eyes, and then before I even get to know this little girl, I die saving the world. You did the same thing with Iron Man. You gave him a family with the snap situation, and now he's got a daughter. He's got the woman he loves. He can settle down. He can retire, but he gets sucked back in because can't nobody do what Tony Stark can do. And in this situation, could nobody do what James Bond can do. Now, I do feel like they're setting up a female-led spinoff only because, number one, with the new 007 woman they introduced and her taking over the mantle for the purpose of this movie, but then also there's a supporting character that he meets midway through the movie who helps him complete a mission. And at first, you thought she's like just a regular, damsel in distress. She says, I've only been with the organization for 3 weeks. Next thing you know, there's this all-out action sequence where she's going through like she's Wonder Woman. I'm talking about she's kicking butt from left to right, shooting, and Bond is even like, really? 3 weeks? You've been with the organization. This is what they get done in 3 weeks? Look. It was done good, man. If y'all are trying to do a whole little Charlie's Angel type situation with the Bond universe, I'm down for it. With the ladies that was in this movie, they got the job done. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this. We talked about it in the first video, our rating system. Our top tier is DVD. It means you want to go buy the DVD after this comes out because you want to keep it with you and watch it over and over and over again. Our second tier is cinematic experience. That means that it was a good movie, that you want to watch this in the theater. It's worth paying the money for that experience. However, after you see the movie, because of the way it's done, you probably won't have any interest in really watching it again. Our lowest tier is free video on demand. You have a streaming service, and you can wait for a year or two until it becomes a free movie. I'm going to rate this Bond movie as cinematic experience.
I'm going DVD. Because I want to go back and watch it again. I pay to go watch it again. It was that good.
You know what? The only thing that's keeping me really from saying that it's a DVD buy is the way that they ended the movie. And the fact that at this point they've closed out the story, and it was a great story. Again, I don't like the ending. I felt you should have gave him a happy ending. He could have rode off into the sunset with his family and retired.
What about the whole box set? The whole all 4 movies.
Ooh, that's a twist right there.
You can't just watch one. It's like chips. Can't just eat one. You gotta watch them all.
I would say Daniel Craig's James Bond series is a DVD buy. I definitely think the box set of this since this closes out his time as James Bond, I think a box set of his movies is worth the money. I think this is something good that if you're one of those people that can sit back for a whole weekend and watch like back-to-back movies, like you're one of those people that can take the Avengers box set, start with Iron Man and go all the way through till Avengers Endgame, then that's a lot.
But you're doing phase 1. Let's start with phase 1 first.
But this would be a good box set to sit back, pop some popcorn, curl up on the couch, and I would say it's worth the money for a DVD box set buy. But just as an individual movie, if this is the first time you're seeing the movie, from a casual perspective, he says it's a DVD buy. I mean, I'm giving you the loud in your face hardcore perspective. From a hardcore fan, I wouldn't be interested in buying this one by itself. Buying them all, yes, DVD buy. Any other words for the people on the movie?
That's about it. Go watch the movie.
Atomic Blonde 2. Make that movie happen. Whoever out there in the movie universe, I need a sequel to that movie.
I've never seen it.
Go watch Atomic Blonde. We're going to have a discussion about that. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Casually Loud. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you thought. If there's anything out there that you guys would like for us to review or would like our thoughts on, you can send it to casuallyloud@gmail.com. Again, that is casuallyloud, one word together, @gmail.com. Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all next time.